Proco Rat 2, the recreation of the legendary original Rat distortion pedal. I have heard mixed reviews about this pedal, the Rat 2, but I saw it on Amazon for 40 bucks, figured why not. So let's see what it can do. final thoughts on this distortion pedal. I give it a 4 out of 10. This is a terribly uninspiring pedal. Like, pros, it has a lot of sustain. It's cheap. It's a $40 pedal. You know, that's pretty cheap for a distortion pedal. And it has a lot of sound. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a good sound, but whatever it has, it has a lot of it. Cons are much more. It's a big ugly brick. It's big ugly thing. It's cheaply made. You could hear the noise in the pod. This is not exactly brand new, but I've barely used it. You know, and noisy pod, cheap thing. And then check this out. You see this little bubbling here? It's not even painted. It's just a cheap plastic cover they put on this thing. Like, if I were to get a knife and cut into it, like, what are we gonna find under here? See, now it's not gonna let me. I'm mutilating this pedal and I don't even care. It's just a plastic cover that they taped on there. Anyway, so then it has one sound. Like, seriously, you can't do anything with the sound. Like, the filter, it's not even a real tone knob. It's just a high-end taper for the treble sound. And the distortion, it became blaringly obvious when I tried to clean it up because it didn't reduce the clipping at all. All it did was it just pushed the distortion into the background. You could still hear it. It was the same amount of distortion. It was just more into the background. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. How do you have a distortion pedal that doesn't reduce the clipping? Like, how is that a thing? And when you crank it up, it's the same level of distortion, but with a ridiculous amount of noise along with it. So, like, you can blast somebody's face off with it. They won't know what's happening or why, but they're getting blasted, you know, if that's what you're into. The one moment when we got something good out of this pedal was when I switched it from the vibrato channel to the normal channel. Vibrato channel, I have a lot of the knobs dialed down, bass treble. It's dialed back a bit so you can get kind of a richer, warmer tone, a little lighter. On the normal channel, everything's kind of cranked, and I even have other tubes in the back that it just screams on that channel. And that was when we finally started to get some life out of this pedal. You know, that when we finally had some treble worth kind of dialing back, and it started to come to life a bit. Trouble is that every other distortion pedal I own will come to 10 times more life when I do that with it. So it's nothing special. This pedal is just, it's a disappointment. I'm so sad. Maybe I'll stab it some more. That'll make me happy. Die. Feel pain and torture.